Hey cousins. Hope all is well. Make sure you're practicing your self-care, your mental health, exercises, take care of your brains. Take care of your body, but definitely take care of your brains. And make sure you follow the directions at the bottom of every video that I post as of late going forth. Henceforth, watch, like, comment, subscribe in whatever order is written. You got to do that in order to have a cohesive conversation with me and for me to have one with you. Okay? Patreon's jumping. Memberships is always available if you want to, help a sister out while I upgrade things around here to sound better and move to the next level of podcasting. I'm coming there. I'm getting to the videos. I'm getting to it. It's coming. Okay? It's coming slowly but surely. I'm an older gal, and I like to take my time. Listen, we talking about WWE's wellness policy. Now, I've been over there on WWE looking at a lot of stuff and everything, and they are no longer under their own umbrella like they used to do. They are under Silver Lake TKO and whatever they got going on, okay? But there's something really important about to happen with WWE's wellness policy, and I think this is a bombshell that no one is talking about. This is a bombshell no one else is talking about. And I'm going to get to it after I give you a couple things that are very important. And I bet you're wondering, why are we talking about the wellness policy? Well, Andrade Cien Almas got his ass back in AEW. And, I hope it works out with him this time around. I think he is the first professional wrestler to leave, come back in both promotions, promotion 1 and promotion 2, however you want to say it. It makes you feel better. So we'll see how it goes this promotion. He showed up in AEW doing some things with old boy. What is that child's name? And I can see him. Kenny Omega. So we'll see. I think he's a part of the Don Callis family. Am I correct? Because y'all know AEW, I be struggling. You think I'm struggling with WWE? I be struggling with this wrestling, trying to understand. I literally be looking like, what happened now? Who said what? But I'm not completely out the loop, so that's what's important. So correct me if I missed anything when it comes to Andrade Cien Almas. So I said, let me go over here and look at this wellness policy, because they said this dude got put out and was told to go do what you got to do. Just get the fuck away from here. They didn't even put a 90-day hold on him. Okay? The people said that WWE don't even take their wellness policy seriously. Now, if you go back a ways in the catalog, Mia Yim, she said on Berlizzi's Berlin podcast that WWE doesn't really, come hard on the people that be smoking the ganja. She said she began her ganja smoked and heated up, and they don't be running her down like that. So I'm not really sure what they be watching out for. Is it mostly steroids and controlled substances like alcohol or pills and not so much the ganja? I don't know. So let's learn. So the key components of WWE's wellness policy. Okay, now listen, this is a conversation. These type of videos, if you notice, they aren't explosive, but they do well because y'all love to have these type of decent discussions with me. All right, so let's dive into it, have the conversation, have a little fun, and learn something new. And when I drop the new information, you gonna love it. Okay, here we go. WWE's talent wellness policy in 2025 mandates regular cardiovascular and impact brain function testing, annual physicals, and random drug testing for antibiotics, steroids, performance-enhancing drugs, and prescription medication abuse. Let's be clear, the focus is on steroids, performance-enhancing drugs, and prescription medical abuse. The OxyContins, You understand? Those type of things. Performance enhancing drugs could be hormone. Some of those human growth hormones that the guys and gals be taking to get big and bulky that are not actually steroids, but steroidic, and then just flat out steroids. Here's the key components. Let's dive in. Cardiovascular impact, PACT training. Talent undergoes regular cardiovascular testing for cardiac issues and impact testing for brain function. Remember, we get a lot of concussion. That's a concussion protocol. Got to make sure that brain didn't, detach from the membrane that is surrounding the brain. What they call that? I don't know, but when you get ill, meningitis. There you go. Had to pull out that nursing. Yes, I did go to school for nursing, guys. I am a jack of all trades, master of many. Is that how that goes? Okay, annual physicals each year. Performer. WrestlePalooza. Let me get something to drink. Each year, performers receive a physical examination. Medical referrals. The policy includes provisions for necessary medical referrals if need be. Blood screening. Blood tests are conducted to monitor talented health. That's also where you're going to see any drug issues in the bloodstream. Random drug testing. Wrestlers are subjected to random drug testing throughout the year. I know in a lot of jobs, construction, jobs that are like hand-on, carpentry, housekeeping, those type of jobs in a very broad industry, nursing, all those jobs. If you're acting erratic, you falling out, passing out, they will give you a drug screening. Now, marijuana has been more in favor, so I'm not really sure where a lot of the jobs are in terms of marijuana, but for the most part, I can comfortably say you can't be smoking the ganja. The ganja still gets you foggy and off your balance, okay? Prohibited substances. Policy restricts and forbids the use of anabolic steroids, performance-enhancing drugs, and masking agents. Yes, there are drugs that will mask the harder drugs. Did you know poppy seeds was a big issue in the workspace? Poppy seeds. A lot of people eating bagels and enjoying their breakfast and stuff used to pop for opiates because of the poppy seeds. Isn't that cool? It's not fun, but it's cool. Prescription drug uses, meaning your mood stabilizers, your heavy duty, stuff that let's say OxyContin, you stuff for pain meds, Suboxone. Like I could go through it. My brain's called foggy right now. So, well, I'm always foggy. Illegal drugs, possession, use, and the distribution of illegal drugs are also forbidden. Cocaine, right? Heroin, crack, meth, illegal. Marijuana in a lot of places in the United States is legal, depending on your fucking elected officials, because here in Ohio, the people out here said, yes, let the people have the marijuana. They also said let the people have an abortion, but our legislation is so corrupt and out of this world. I'm not going to get deep into the woods, but they basically said, fuck what we said, and they're doing everything in their possible, anything they could think of to not let people have their marijuana. Yes, they are. Rehabilitation. WWE provides free drug rehabilitation to current and former talent with substance abuse problems. That came into fair in the 90s. A lot of the older guard was going out. They was dying, dropping dead on drugs. And so now that is extended to talent, especially former talent. So, that's a nice little perk. Especially if you are doing a Legends situation and you janky and on drugs, you can utilize some of these perks being signed under a Legends contract. I would venture to say a lot of the older folks are signing these legend contracts because of the perk of medical and rehabilitation services extended to them. How the policy is implemented. This is the important part. Independent drug testing. Drug testing and monitoring are handled by a third-party independent company, Aegis Science Corporation. Most jobs go third-party. Get a job, you got to go to some testing for your piss test, your hepatitis test, your TB test, all of those things. They don't do it in-house anymore. Really to the detriment of the jobs and to the detriment of your pockets, because sometimes you got to pay for that shit. Enforcement. Violations of the policy results in penalties with the possibility of suspension or other disciplinary actions. Transparency. Here is the bombshell. Come here. Come here. Come here. Transparency. While historically WWE practiced non-disclosure of specific names and suspensions, there was a past announcement of a potential shift to making the names public starting November 1, 2025. Do you know what kind of content bombshell that shit is? I said, I don't believe that. So I clicked. Wellness policy suspensions. Small little situation on the WWE website, tucked in there. You won't even know where to find it, child. And it says, based on independent information received from investigators from the Albany County, New York District Attorney's Office, WWE has today, under the penalty provisions of its wellness policy, issued suspension notices to 10 of its former performers for violations. Right now, there are 10 people suspended right now under a wellness policy at WWE. Bet you didn't know that. But the notices have been sent to all the performers, and the names of anyone who was suspended under the wellness policy as of November 1st will be made public. Right now, we don't know them 10. But when November 1st hit, we gonna find out. That is a bombshell, folks. Do you know what kind of information that is? And what that can do? What that can do? Andrade, for example. Matter of fact, let's just say one day we watching Chelsea Green. This is speculation, just an example. And then she's just off TV all of a sudden. Wrote off TV, nice and easy. And then a week or two later, or you go digging to find out why she's not there, and she's on the list of a wellness violation and is suspended for a significant amount of time, or 1 to 2 weeks, whatever the policy states. November 1st is D-Day in the WWE under the wellness policy. That's a bombshell. You heard it here first, guys. So, more digging, there is a page over in WWE.com that is under Stand Up for WWE. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, WWE has a whole page dedicated to talking points and answering what they consider false claims. They have everything from, here's an accusation, its reputation as a business that turned a blind eye to steroid use and other activities by its wrestlers that some critics may have contributed to the deaths of a high number of them. This was from the Connecticut Hearst newspaper in 2010. And they are here saying the truth is and giving their side of the story about their wellness. Okay? This is some fascinating shit, which requires a whole nother podcast. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Putting profits before people. They're defending that. Oh, this is some interesting, juicy stuff. But I'm going to leave it here in terms of the policy and what we can look forward to as of November 1st, 2025. I will say this. Lack of athletic board scrutiny also ensured that the WWE's wrestlers would not be subject to drug tests. This is Politico August 10th of 2010. And WWE is still regulated in 21 states and the District of Columbia, where the rules regulation can differ. The company's talent wellness program is far stricter than any medical or drug testing requirement in the states. Everybody's questioning that. Much like Ringling Brothers Circus and Harlem Globetrotters, WWE is sheer entertainment and therefore should not be under the purview of an antiquated rules and regulations of the State Athletic Commission. Remember when I said WWE in a sport? Yeah. WWE pays gross admission taxes on ticket sales similar to concerts or other live entertainment events in states that are not regulated. So they're saying, well, we're just a sports entertainment company. We don't got to regulate shit. So I'm not really sure how this truth made them look good against the accusation. But with all that being said, we can talk about that another day. I just wanted to give you a bombshell information about the wellness policy. I think it's pertinent and important. Not sure of AEW's wellness policy, but because WWE is the granddaddy and is more explosive in terms of what they do, their wellness policy is under more scrutiny. November 1st, 2025 is D-Day, though. Get in the comments, tell me what you think.